I would have failed her too. So, um, the big story, and this has been promoted by Turning Point USA, this transgender professor failed a student for quoting the Bible in her essay. Professor Mel Kurth at the University of Oklahoma said failed Samantha K over quoting scripture in a essay about gender roles. This isn't quite true, and we actually have a copy of the paper. Um, and this person says here, I would have failed. I was a TA in women's studies. I taught two courses and 65 students. My courses were writing intensive. I read her paper. I would have failed her too. This has nothing to do with the professor being transgender. She didn't engage in the article in question. She attempted to replace empirical evidence with theology. She continually restated religious dogma in a secular course. And lastly, she said many things that even as this person would find to be discriminatory. She's allowed to disagree with the article, but if she wants a good grade, she needs to engage with the course material. I get where she's coming from. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because I kind of was this student. Um, I was very conservative when I was in college. I went to a relatively small school in a very, very red Republican area of the country, and this this type of discussion and this sort of struggle in writing about stuff was not uncommon. And this was a thing back then, especially in a place like that where a girl like this who would just say, well, the Bible just doesn't tell me to do that. I'm sorry, it's Oklahoma. In the South, that's an acceptable answer. Like, I get where she's coming from, but I also understand the professor being like, okay, well, that's not evidence. Like, sorry. Quoting the Bible is not evidence. I was a student like her too back in the day and would have been failed, and rightly so. If you're gonna take that track on an issue like this, um, there's a way to do that. But you can't just be like, well, the Bible tells me that that just ain't right, and we're supposed to be this way. There's a different way to approach that where you can get that in, but you have to say it the right way, and you have to approach it the right way to kind of get past people's natural aversion to it. And she didn't really try to do that. But the reality is, if you're going to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist or I'm sorry, a therapist rather, you're working in the psychology field, this is going to be something you're going to confront. And you can't just beat them over the head with the Bible. You've got to actually engage with it. You can't fall back into religious dogma in those moments. You have to engage with it, especially if you're going to be a therapist. And her failure to engage is the real reason why that paper didn't make it.